Hi, this is Jake Shirley at jakeshirleycoaching.com, and today I'm talking about why we should not compare ourselves to other people and how that tends to hurt us. Because when you think about your own goals and your dreams, and you look at someone else who's already doing what you want to do, and they seem more successful, they seem like they're making a lot more money at it, and this can be really discouraging and it's something that we just shouldn't do, even though a lot of us do, and I know I do it sometimes, but all it really does is hold us back. And it makes us feel bad, it makes us feel discouraged, and we think they have more success, more experience, and we just really shouldn't do that. You know, there's a there's like a sport, there's a career, there's a hobby, there's a passion, there's something that you want to do, but whenever you try to do it, all you can think about is that there's someone else who's already doing it, and you think that they're doing it better than you are. So, uh, you know, the doubt and fear comes up in your mind, and you think, why should I even try? Because this other person's already doing it, and they're better at it. But we shouldn't think that way because it doesn't support our success and our dreams. So we're really sabotaging ourselves and holding ourselves back when we think like that. As a personal example, I've always wanted to be a writer, and sometimes I tend to think about, like Stephen King is one of my favorite writers, and sometimes I think about, well, he's so much more successful than I am, and he's a much better writer than I could ever be. But it's that train of thought, and you could apply that to anything, just whatever it is you want to do. You could always think of someone who seems to be doing it better and has more success and experience with it. But the thing is about writing and lots of other things. The idea of what's good is actually really subjective, meaning that two people can read the same book and one person really loves it and the other person doesn't like it at all. So it's the same book. So this idea of, well, they're better at this than I am. Well, maybe that may, but that may or may not be true because it's so subjective what people think is good and not good. So even that argument kind of falls away because what's really good? You know, everyone has different opinions on movies and books and music, and one person says something is good and the other person doesn't like it. So this idea of thinking, well, this is good and this isn't, well, it doesn't really. That argument kind of falls away as well because it's so subjective. I also have goals and dreams of being a teacher, a coach, a guide, and I already know of so many good ones. People that have been coaching and teaching, a few of them even longer than I've been alive. So, this idea of comparing yourself to other people, well, is it fair or reasonable or realistic to compare myself to any of them? People that have just just by the just because they're older, they have more experience. So does it make sense to compare myself to them? And the answer is no, but I shouldn't be doing that anyway. Nothing is gained and much is lost when you get into comparing yourself to others, because you feel inferior and you feel less than, and you feel far behind them, but you're really not. Um, Instead of looking at where they are, you need to think about where you are. You're starting where you are, and it really has nothing to do with them. It's your own journey. So we need to. I know it can be difficult, but we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people. Um, and you want to think about not really what they're doing because you're on your own journey and your own path, and it is unique to you. It's personal to you. Like for me, I want to leave a legacy of my own on this world. I don't want to just continue the work of someone else. I don't want to be just a different version of someone else. I'm here to leave my own legacy and make my own impression on the world, and I have no reason to compare myself to anyone else. I don't I don't want to even think of myself as being better or not better than they are. I want to be the best that I can be, and that's I think what we should all be trying to do instead of trying to be as good as anyone else. We should be the best that we can be. So instead of comparing yourself to other people, what you should be thinking about is, am I better? Am I a better person than I was the day before? Am I being more productive? Am I being more effective, more efficient, more kind, and more loving? Am I being a better person? Look at where you are today and where you want to be. Who you are today and who you want to become. Then you can start accomplishing your daily goals and your daily tasks to bring you closer to where you want to be, not to where you don't want to get to where someone else already is. You don't want to reach a level that they're at, and which is we can't really do anyway because they're on their own journey. You want to follow your journey. That's the journey you want to be on. It's also a form of procrastination for a lot of people, and I'm guilty of this too. We think, we look at another person and we think, well, there's so much more experience, there's so much better, there's so much more successful. So we might get into this trap of thinking, well, what's one more day? But what's one more day before I start taking steps to complete my goals and to reach my goals? Well, the issue with that is, days tend to turn into weeks, weeks into months, then years go by, and we haven't taken any steps to get close to our dreams and our goals because we're so focused on other people and what they're doing. So we need to start thinking more about our own journey and what's going to make us fulfilled and happy in our own lives. So instead of looking at where someone else is, you want to think about your own journey, your own life, your own dreams and goals, and what you need to do to reach them and accomplish them, and to live the life that you desire, instead of trying to get a life someone else has. You want to create your life into what you want it to be. So this has been Jake Shirley Coaching, and I thank you for watching the video. Thank you.